Upon the completion ceremony of the Suho stream construction, Park Suho received an urgent call from Jang Jae-shik. Jae-shik informed him they were in Purple Village and expected him to join them soon. Suho asked about Sunpil's whereabouts, to which Jae-shik replied that he had found Sunpil in a market in Ganu. When Suho questioned how Jae-shik had located Sunpil, Jae-shik explained that he had received intel suggesting Sunpil frequented local pubs. The scene shifted to a flashback. Jae-shik, in disguise, visited a bar in Ganu where Sunpil was known to drink. Recognizing Sunpil as the legendary warrior who had fallen victim to alcoholism, Jae-shik approached him cautiously. After a brief exchange, Jae-shik sensed something unusual about Sunpil and warned him to stay alert. Returning to the present, Suho asked if Sunpil was fit to work. Jae-shik revealed that Sunpil had spent 8 years on planet Hades after a catastrophe, earning the moniker Thousand Swordsmith for his craftsmanship and inventive skills. Jae-shik also mentioned they possessed the memory stone borrowed from RCD for 2 weeks. Suho, using his searching powers, held the stone, contemplating their next move. Meanwhile, Choi Soo-young headed to the administration office, checking if everyone had left and inquiring about Kim Miso's whereabouts. Sejun informed her that Miso had gone to Jonggu with Park Suho for some business. On another front, Monk Myungjin noted the spread of infection and decided it was time to return to the Orc village. In the helicopter, Kim Miso asked about Granny Sua's status, wondering if she had awakened. Suho explained that Granny Sua had indeed awakened. As they arrived in Namano, the story delved into a flashback. Granny was busy chopping vegetables in the kitchen when Park Suho approached her, concerned about her well-being. Before we continue, take a moment to answer the question of the day. Best Murim Manhwa? Comment down below for a chance to be shouted out. Now back to the recap. She mentioned accidentally cutting her finger, reflecting on feeling old lately. Granny shared her various physical discomforts, deteriorating eyesight, trembling hands, back pain, and constant fatigue. Park Suho reassured her, suggesting she rest when tired and offering to find nearby food. Using his fairy magic, Park Suho healed Granny's injured finger. Spotting cheese on a plate, he asked if he could eat it. Granny warned it was poisoned by rats and cockroaches she intended to eliminate. Returning to the present, Park Suho remarked that one of the poison pests seemed to have awoken. Granny asked if Granny Sua knew about its awakening. Park Suho explained that if Granny Sua hadn't awakened, she would have died from the attack by that vampire. Minutio informed them they would land at Jeonju City Hall in 5 minutes. Meanwhile, in Suho Land, a vampire was about to bite a girl when Soo-young intervened, kicking the vampire. It turned out to be staged for a YouTube video. Later, Kim Miso informed Park Suho that Soo-young was in the news for an altercation with a kid. Concerned about the increasing attention, she suggested making Soo-young the head of security to manage the influx. Park Suho agreed, seeing it as a good idea. Upon reaching their destination, Kim Miso stated they needed to head up the hiking trail on Mount Godok. Park Suho asked if they needed to be cautious. She explained that if word got out, his services would become too expensive. Emphasizing confidentiality, she said it was crucial. Park Suho admitted he'd never fully understand this world. After a while, Jang Jae-shik introduced them to Sunpil. Sunpil believed Park Suho was truly standing in front of him. Tim Miso informs Park Suho and his group that they have come a long way to meet him. He mentions that he has been waiting for them and invites them inside. After a while, they all sit down, and Park Suho looks at Sunpil. He had expected to see a washed-up alcoholic, but Sunpil's eyes are alive with intensity. "Why have you been waiting for me?" Park Suho asks. Sunpil responds, "Because I saw hope that day." The story shifts to a flashback. Sunpil is seated in a pub, watching TV, when he sees Park Suho and Seonggu fighting at the Tokyo Stadium. He is shocked as he witnesses Park Suho knock out Seonggu. In the present, Sunpil inquires if there is something Park Suho wants from him. Park Suho, in turn, asks Sunpil what he desires. Sunpil requests Park Suho to kill someone for him, promising to join Park Suho's guild if he succeeds. Park Suho turns to Kim Miso and suggests they leave, stating that he doesn't need someone like that. Sunpil then confesses that the person he wants dead is the one who killed his wife. He shares how he pleaded with them not to take her, begging for her life and willing to do anything to save her. Since that day, he has been tormented by nightmares every single night. He reflects on how he has been forced to produce thousands of swords for them, all to protect his daughter, So-young. In the flashback, he questions why they didn't bring So-young today, wondering if she is very sick, and pleads to see her. He mentions that they promised not to harm her if he complied with all their demands. He requests that they return his daughter to him. Ever since that time, he has been consumed by thoughts of revenge and has developed PTSD, experiencing flashbacks involving swordsmen. In the present, Kim Miso inquires if that's the reason he fled planet Hades, and has been in hiding since then. Sunpil confirms this, stating that he will continue to search for his wife's killer, with nothing on Earth capable of protecting him from his pursuit. Park Soo-ho questions Sunpil's strength and asks who exactly he wants to eliminate. Sunpil reveals the name, Namgung Jangcheon. He explains that he was certain he could kill him after seeing Park Soo-ho's match with Seonggu. Kim Miso asserts that Sunpil cannot kill Namgung Jangcheon. Park Soo-ho asks why not, and she clarifies that Namgung Jangcheon is the head of the Namong family, one of the three major families leading the people of the Central Plains on Hades. Killing the leader of the Namong family would provoke the entire Central Plains against him. Park Soo-ho suggested he could transform into an animal for an assassination, ensuring secrecy. Kim Miso responded that secrecy wasn't their concern. What mattered was the outcome. Park Soo-ho insisted a chief must protect his clan members' families, promising to prove his worth and help seek revenge. Performing magic, Park Soo-ho summoned a bow before him, instructing Sunpil to analyze it. Sunpil identified it as a rare handmade wooden bow, noting its uniqueness in the modern world. When asked where he acquired it, Sunpil explained finding it in a dungeon, clarifying it wasn't from Earth's current era. He specialized in dating objects up to 300 million years old, but couldn't pinpoint this bow's age. Sunpil identified it as a birch bow crafted by an ancient Earth civilization over 300 million years ago, a perplexing revelation. Park Soo-ho pondered whether he was still on Earth. He mentioned artifacts and jewels typically found in dungeons or on planets, but the bow's origin baffled him. Sunpil suggested leveling up his skills to provide a more accurate analysis, contingent on ensuring their safety. Delving into the past, Park Soo-ho recalled the catastrophe's onset during their research of the dungeons. The Ministry of Science and Technology, with the RCD, destroyed civilian research facilities, silenced involved parties, and banned dungeon research. Kim Miso confirmed this happened before her involvement with the RCD. Park Soo-ho, a low-ranking researcher in a rural facility, escaped to planet Hades just before scrutiny intensified. He questioned what the government aimed to conceal by erasing Korea's dungeon research and facilities. Kim Miso suggests that there was likely pressure from external sources or deals with other countries, although they would have called it an agreement. Considering they were still conducting research in the United States and the United Kingdom, Park Soo-ho asks if Toddler knew anything. She responds that even if Toddler did know, he wouldn't have told him. She then asks if he's sure they didn't conduct any experiments on him while he was there. Park Soo-ho mentions that there is something off about Toddler and contemplates whether he should kill him. Sunpil replies, "Leave it to me. I'll analyze whatever you need if you give me some time." Park Soo-ho hands him a stone and instructs her to analyze it. He asserts that this is a memory stone, something highly regarded by the warriors of the Central Plains. He explains that the stone embodies the desires of the people of the Central Plains, and is referred to as the evidence of history. It is a fragment of a planet, but simultaneously the soul of the planet, remembering those who have left their legacy upon it. Legend has it that the sorcerers of the Central Plains are capable of using this stone to witness the achievements of great individuals throughout history. Park Soo-ho wonders, does that mean the planet is watching me? He holds the stone and employs his power. A screen displays that Earth 7 is observing him, and his data is being saved on Earth 7's server. He inquires, what is Earth 7? Kim Miso pledges to investigate it, asking for some time. Park Soo-ho reflects that, thanks to Sunpil, he has finally discovered that the enigmatic entity is called Earth 7. Promises to appoint Sunpil as the head researcher of the Soo-ho Guild. Rising to his feet, he declares, let's seek revenge and assemble everyone. After a while, they all reach Soo-ho Land. Sunpil remarks that this place feels mystical. The more he sees, the more amazing it becomes. Park Soo-ho inquires about Choi Soo-young. Kim Miso explains that she's been getting sick a lot lately, so she advised her to take a day off and rest. Park Soo-ho informs the others that he is planning on visiting planet Hades. Honggu expresses concern, stating that it's dangerous without a guild. Park Soo-ho elaborates, explaining that planet Hades is an eternal battleground, and the war between the Mammon and the people of the Central Plains never ceases. He clarifies that they didn't split the land in half, with each occupying their side, but rather divided themselves into separate clans, each establishing their territory. The Maimons are too savage to even consider visiting any of their camps, and the people of the Central Plains are aggressive and tend to be exclusive, so they need to have a guide with them if they want to visit. He adds that he has a guide right here, pointing to Sunpil. Park Junho asks why he wants to go to planet Hades all of a sudden, and what about Erica? Sunpil states that to repair Soo-ho's land's Bloodstone power plant, they need ore from planet Hades, which is known as meteoritic iron. However, it's the primary mineral used in the manufacture of various weapons, so all exports of it have been prohibited. Joshik inquires, so if exports are banned, does that mean they have to steal it? Kim Miso questions if there is truly no other option. He explains that he examined the Bloodstone power plant and found that it is breaking down because the proportion of alloys used in the core shield is incorrect. He mentions that the core components are also questionable. He asserts that if they truly want to resolve this issue, the best current option would be to replace those parts with ones made from meteoritic iron from planet Hades. Myungjin declares that he will join him, and mentions that he has heard that planet Hades is filled with elite martial artists whom Earth's rankers can't even compare to. If he could find just a single book on martial arts in one of their villages, it would be worth going there. Hong Su and Zhang Jiashik are also prepared to go. Park Soo-ho states that he supposes he could take one of them. He announces that he will give them a challenge, and the one who successfully solves it will accompany him to planet Hades. He instructs them to find a way to communicate with him from Earth when he is on planet Hades, emphasizing that if something he can't handle occurs while he is away, he will need a means of getting in touch with him. Park Soo-ho departed, leaving a message. "Let me know when they figure it out." After some time, Park Soo-ho and Sunpil shared a meal. During their conversation, Sunpil began to explain the two ways to level up on planet Hades. The first method involved killing a mammon, which the people of the Central Plains referred to as marriage. The second method was through technique training, the most fundamental way to control the energy within their bodies, known as inner strength training. Sunpil admitted he didn't fully understand inner strength, but asked if Park Soo-ho wanted to witness its power. He then harnessed his inner strength and effortlessly broke a tin pack. Intrigued, Park Soo-ho inquired about the nature of this magic. Sunpil explained that it was inner strength, and that the higher the level, the more effective its manifestation. He added that by focusing on training his inner strength, Park Soo-ho could attain a D rank without even hunting, just as he had done. Sunpil emphasized that performing simple tricks like breaking a tin pack was insignificant compared to having true control of inner strength. He remarked that D-rank awakened individuals on Earth would be considered commoners on planet Hades, while S-rank awakeners on Earth were equivalent to first-class masters there. Sunpil noted that he could throw a stone in any direction and knock over a dozen. He further explained that those at the peak class on planet Hades were on par with SS-rank individuals on Earth. The great houses had tens, if not hundreds, of such masters among their ranks. Sunpil mentioned that these individuals could leave their homes without worrying about danger, unlike himself. He revealed that Naman Johnson was an ultra-superior master who had pushed both his inner strength and outer strength to their limits. Park Soo-ho responded with surprise, asking if Sunpil was telling him that Naman Johnson had achieved such power with just one inner punch. He then inquired about the rank an ultra-superior master would be considered on Earth. Sunpil explained that no one on Earth had reached that level yet, making a direct comparison difficult, but their guess was around triple U rank. He clarified that being an ultra-superior master didn't mean invincibility, as anyone could fall victim to the poison dart of a well-trained first-class assassin on planet Hades. Sunpil pointed out that even the fiercest beast could succumb to the sting of a poison bug in the wild. Either way, Sunpil expressed his anticipation for the encounter, leaving Park Soo-ho deep in thought about the challenges and possibilities ahead. Park Soo-ho found himself forgetting his nerves and growing excited as he realized he needed to study Sunpil more closely. Posing a curious question, Park Soo-ho wondered why someone with Sunpil's accomplishments wasn't respected on Hades and why his family had been treated differently. Sunpil revealed that his late wife, So-young, was the daughter of the Lords of Central Plains. He met her while assisting with repairs at her family's house, recalling it as the happiest time of his life. However, the strict class system of the Central Plains led to their downfall when they discovered a mere human had married into their noble lineage. His wife and her family were all killed, leaving him and their daughter alive. Sunpil sadly admitted he didn't know if his daughter was alive or dead, harboring dreams of revenge ever since. Park Soo-ho vowed to seek revenge on Sunpil's behalf, just as Choi Soo-young arrived. He questioned why she wasn't resting more, but she brushed it off, eating and showing her sword to Sunpil, asking if he made it. Sunpil, having forged many swords, examined it and asked how the Soul Slayer ended up with her. The story flashed back to when Kim Mal-yong Kim approached Sunpil on planet Hades, risking his life to find him before departing. Kim requested a special sword from Korea, imploring Sunpil to return alive and use it to protect their homeland. After Kim Mal-yong left, Sunpil realized the Soul Slayer wasn't the right sword. Returning to the present, Choi Soo-young explained that the man who brought the sword back had passed away, making her its third owner. Sunpil reflected that the Soul Slayer was one of the 6 swords he crafted in his quest for revenge, imbuing it with a curse fueled by his grief. Soul Slayer could consume the soul of those it cut and erode its master's soul. Sunpil warned that whoever wielded it and stained its blade with blood would ultimately be killed by the sword. Choi Soo-young complained, I don't understand why, but this thing keeps crying out all the time, causing discomfort to my ears. Can you fix it? Soon-pil responded, explaining, Soul Slayer cries out as a warning whenever it's separated from its master or comes near a foreign species. It cuts to the soul of its victims. I'll have to examine it more closely. He took the sword to investigate further. Park Soo-ho, intrigued, asked So-young, do you find bats suddenly appealing or have any cravings to bite people? She admitted with a playful smirk, sometimes I feel like taking a bite out of you. Then, turning serious, she questioned, what do you mean by your desire to journey to another planet? He replied nonchalantly, what's wrong with that idea? She reminded him, you passed out when you initially returned to Earth. After you wake up, your strength and dimensional energy are weakened, yet you still wish to go to planet Hades? Planet Hades might offer a different experience, he insisted. Are you willing to risk your life for a mere 50% chance? She pressed. He believed that someone would assist him to the hospital if he fainted there. She expressed concern. You've been displaying signs of burnout and narcolepsy lately. Sun-pil reassured her. I'll find a solution on the other side. Honggu, Jang Jae-shik, and Myeongjo are doing their utmost to discover a method for communicating from Earth to planet Hades. After a while, Park Soo-ho received an email from them containing their ideas, but he was dissatisfied with all of them. Later, Park Soo-ho went to the temple and encountered Myeongjo. He inquired about whom Myeongjo had selected to accompany him to planet Hades. I'm still contemplating my decision, Myeongjo replied. Just then, Ganwoo arrived and asked eagerly, are you conducting a quiz? I'd love to participate. Park Soo-ho clarified, we're trying to determine how to establish contact with Earth from planet Hades. Meanwhile, Park Jun-ho was writing something on a wolf, and Kim Miso was on a call with Park Soo-ho. She stated, I have everything you asked for ready. Was this idea Ganwoo's? He sent the wolf through a portal, and they were delighted to see that his writing hadn't been erased. It had worked. The wolf was sent back through the portal, marking a successful experiment in interplanetary communication. Park Jun-ho states that he will not let him go. He admits he cannot honestly express his desire to bring a child along. He says Ganwoo has not even awakened, cannot pass through the gate. Soon-pil mentions that Ganwoo has already been awakened. He explains that Ganwoo awakened after only 3 days of inner strength training. He has never seen a child like that. He adds that if he's not mistaken, Ganwoo is a prodigy and was born to be awakened. He may encounter someone like him, maybe once a millennium. Park Soo-ho agrees, saying he has witnessed it himself. Park Jun-ho insists that he cannot take a kid to such a place. Soon-pil mentions that he looked into Ganwoo's eyes while he was training and noticed the same look as in his daughter's eyes. He states that if they do nothing to heal Ganwoo's broken heart, he will become an uncontrollable child. He suggests that if Ganwoo trains under a master on planet Hades and gains control of his energy, he'll be able to manage himself. He acknowledges that planet Hades is exceedingly dangerous. Park Soo-ho encourages him, saying that life is a series of new adventures, and if they let fear paralyze them, they will never gain anything. He decides that he is taking Ganwoo with him to planet Hades. Meanwhile, at Japan's defense headquarters, a Japanese official is on a call and inquires about Park Soo-ho's plans regarding planet Hades. Individual on the other end mentions that they have received an official request for cooperation from Suho City and asks for guidance on how they should respond. He speculates that they are seeking access to the portal to planet Hades. He advises them to grant access. On the other side, Park Soo-ho, Sun-pil, and Ganwoo are prepared to depart for planet Hades and reunite with everyone. Kim Miso instructs Sun-pil that if Park Soo-ho faints while passing through the gate, he should bring him back immediately. Choi Soo-gun approaches Park Soo-ho and warns him not to cheat while he is there. He playfully tells her to take care of herself, not to bite anyone. After a while, they depart via helicopter. Meanwhile, the official and Takeo are waiting for them on top of the building. Takeo remarked that it was very generous of him to let Park Soo-ho use the gate, saying, if you can't defeat the enemy, join them. Just then, Park Soo-ho arrived and, without greeting anyone, moved forward. Sujan apologized to Kurosawa for the chief's behavior, explaining that he was still not quite adjusted to polite society. Shirasawa Aika assured her that there was nothing to worry about and that it was an honor to have them there. The three of them were about to enter the portal to planet Hades when Sun-pil provided them with a pill, explaining, these pills will allow you to understand and speak the languages of planet Hades for 1 year. Take them now. They consumed the pills and entered the portal. After a while, Park Soo-ho heard water dripping, glanced around, and wondered where he was. He found himself tied with a chain to a pipe and tried to call up his status window. When it didn't pop up, he realized, don't tell me. He recalled a memory where Sun-pil mentioned that irregulars could have their stats nerfed if they went through a portal without a suit, and the properties of this gate were different. However, he shouldn't have any problems if he was wearing his suit. He wondered if he had been nerfed again, remembering how he started losing consciousness the moment he passed through the gate and had summoned the wyvern before he completely passed out. He wondered why he was here alone, and if that meant Jung Sunpil and Ganwu were with the wyvern right now. He mumbled, hoping nothing had happened to them. Meanwhile, Dong Jincheol, also tied up nearby, asked, "What are you muttering about?" Park Suho told him to shut up as he was getting on his nerves. He then asked, "Are you from the Central Plains?" Dong Jincheol replied sarcastically, "Do you think a Mammon would be in a Mammon prison? It looks like you're a pupil from Earth. You're not making it out of this prison alive, so shut the hell up." Ignoring him, Park Suho tried to uproot the pipe with the chains. Dong Jincheol asked incredulously, "What the hell are you doing? That pole and chain are made from Mammonite. Only a Mammon is strong enough to break them." Park Suho continued his efforts and finally succeeded. Dong Jincheol, shocked, exclaimed, "Impossible!" as Park Suho pulled the pipe out of the wall. Shattering the chains, Park Suho asked, "Have you seen a pair of Earthlings? A young boy and an old man?" Dong Jincheol persisted, explaining he had been captured 2 days ago and was still recovering when they brought him in. He warned Park Suho that escaping this prison alone was like navigating an ant tunnel, nearly impossible without a guide. Even if Park Suho managed to flee, the dangers of planet Hades included encountering divine beasts. One wrong turn could make him lunch for such creatures. Intrigued by the mention of divine beasts, Park Suho asked more questions. Dong Jincheol grew agitated, declaring himself Dong Jincheol, a first-class master and the 178th descendant of the esteemed Sendong family from the Central Plains. He pledged his honor to serve anyone who freed him from this predicament. Park Suho recalled advice about Gunwoo needing a first-class master to heal his inner strength. He realized he might have found Gunwoo's master. Their conversation was interrupted by a divine beast's sudden arrival, threatening them. Ignoring the warning to remain silent, Dong Jincheol provoked the beast, prompting Park Suho to swiftly incapacitate it. Another beast attempted a surprise attack, but Park Suho effortlessly dealt with it, stunning Dong Jincheol with his formidable abilities. Moving forward, Park Suho confirmed with Dong Jincheol that all the cells were rooms. He kicked open a door, demanding attention from another captive. However, the room turned out to be empty. Dong Jincheol noted it was the last room and suggested abandoning the search for their companions if they were looking for them elsewhere. Park Suho contemplated the necessity of returning to the gate and urged haste, asking, "How can we exit this location?" Dong Jincheol donned his clothes, remarking, "I found my attire. The sword doesn't belong to me, but it can still be put to good use." Upon hearing some noises, he swiftly departed, instructing Park Suho to follow, indicating, "This is the way out." As they proceeded, a divine beast spotted them. Dong Jincheol noticed the large creature and expressed disbelief. "Can't be." Park Suho inquired, "Do you recognize the creature?" Dong Jincheol identified it as the Warden, an ultra first-class master named Mammon, cautioning Park Suho to be wary. Without hesitation, Park Suho kicked and killed the Warden. Dong Jincheol was shocked to see this. Many beasts arrived, and their leader declared their food is escaping, commanding them to capture the escapees. Assessing the situation, Dong Jincheol remarked, "I can't believe we're surrounded, with enemies approaching from both sides." Park Suho utilized the Flame Fairy to attack. Dong Jincheol informed him, "Magic doesn't work here." "Why?" Park Suho asked. "I don't know. We simply can't use it." Dong Jincheol responded, emphasizing that their priority was to make it out alive. He suggested breaking through to the other side, noting, "There are only 7 of them, and the terrain works to our advantage." Park Suho moved to attack, asserting, "There's no time. We need to break through on our original path." The beast leader commanded, "Halt, Earthling!" Park Suho punched him and attacked the others, killing them all. He declared, "It's over," and instructed them to follow him as he moved toward a gate. Dong Jincheol reflected that Park Suho seemed incredibly talented, but noted his technique is primitive. He simply kicks and punches. However, his accuracy and destructive power surpass my imagination. Park Suho turned back and asked, "What are you waiting for? Come along." Dong Jincheol remarked, "Since waking up in the prison, this must be your first time seeing it for yourself. Welcome to planet Hades." Before we continue, let's take a moment to shout out at Marjanin_M, who commented, "The best Manhwa swordsman is Javier, from the greatest estate developer, on our Humanity's Last Survivor video. Thanks for commenting." Park Suho looked around and inquired, "Is this a Mammon village?" Dong Jincheol nodded. "Yes, it is. This is where many of the Mammon reside." He pointed to the various structures and beings around them, the atmosphere thick with an eerie yet fascinating energy. Park Suho's eyes took in the alien landscape, the odd mixture of advanced and primitive elements, and the formidable beings that called this place home. The pair moved cautiously but quickly, aware that the danger was far from over. As they navigated the complex layout of the village, Park Suho couldn't help but feel a sense of awe mixed with dread. The path ahead was uncertain, but his resolve remained unshaken. Upon confirmation, he notes that it seems the clan chief is absent at the moment, suggesting they should leave the area swiftly. Park Suho then asks if the individual he points out is indeed the clan chief. He looks up and observes a giant beast approaching to attack them, identifying it as the chief of the Dundras, the clan responsible for this prison. He notes that the chief is at least a peak-class master, surpassing the man in prison guards in strength. Park Soo-ho acknowledges this and indicates that the beast should step aside. The beast strikes its weapon on the ground, causing it to explode. Dong Jincheol falls behind, while Park Soo-ho attacks the monster from behind, striking its head and defeating it. He inquires if the individual has seen a small child and an old man from Earth. Responds negatively. Park Soo-ho smashes his face and Turley acknowledges the response. Just then, he hears a system voice announcing the addition of a new merit. He's surprised and reflects that he still has the audio, speculating that his dimensional energy may only be jammed rather than completely reset. Turning back, he observes Dong Jincheol kneeling down and asks him about the meaning of the word merit. Dong Jincheol explains that it's similar to the dimensional energy he possesses on Earth. One can earn merit and level up by killing enemies. Park Soo-ho questions if he can gain merit by killing enemies as well. Dong Jincheol responds with a proverb, one cannot catch water without a vessel. Park Soo-ho seeks clarification on what he means by that. Dong Jincheol explains that to earn merit, Park Soo-ho must first learn martial arts, starting with mastering the restorative breath and learning to utilize his inner strength. Park Soo-ho acknowledges his words. Dong Jincheol expresses eternal gratitude to Park Soo-ho for saving his life and for granting him the knowledge of his name. Park Soo-ho asks what that name is. Dong Jincheol clarifies that it is his own name. Park Soo-ho confirms, stating his name as Park Soo-ho. Reflecting, he realizes he has never heard of Park Soo-ho, noting that he would have known if such a powerful master existed on Earth or appeared after his return to Hades. However, he dismisses the thought, acknowledging Park Soo-ho's current skills. Park Soo-ho reminds Dong Jincheol that he saved him and now expects him to fulfill his end of the bargain by becoming his servant. Dong Jincheol nodded solemnly, affirming his agreement and pledging to serve Park Soo-ho to the best of his ability, despite the shame he bore for his family's vendetta. Park Soo-ho, now resolved, requested Dong Jincheol to guide him to the gate to Earth. Curious, Dong Jincheol inquired about this gate. Park Soo-ho explained that it led to a hellscape, perpetual battlefield, but with his mastery of King Gong's skills, he could reach it within the hour. He doubted if Dong Jincheol could keep up. Undeterred, Park Soo-ho lifted Dong Jincheol onto his back and swiftly approached a shimmering portal. As they arrived, Dong Jincheol marveled, admitting he had never witnessed such King Gong prowess. Standing before them was a vast, bone-dry desert split by a river, a sight unfamiliar to Park Soo-ho. He explained that this river served as the gateway between their world and Earth, surrounded by a battlefield where the Mayos and Mammons, along with the Namu family, fought endlessly for control. Park Soo-ho noted the river's absence during his previous visits, pondering if the summoning of the wyvern had caused its appearance. Uncertain, he debated whether to risk passing through the gate again, fearing another blackout. Dong Jincheol suggested seeking witnesses if a battle had indeed occurred during Park Soo-ho's passage. This prompted Park Soo-ho to ask about the Namus' disposition towards Earthlings. Dong Jincheol admitted they were not overtly hostile, but cautioned they were far from friendly, especially if provoked. Deciding to start at the Myro village, Park Soo-ho spotted lights in the distance, indicating its location. He reassured Dong Jincheol they weren't invading yet, but his thoughts were cut short as he leaped across the river, warning Dong Jincheol to be cautious of the Myros, masters far superior to the Dundras they had just encountered. With a promise to return swiftly, Park Soo-ho cautioned Dong Jincheol not to flee, threatening dire consequences if he attempted escape. Dong Jincheol acknowledged he had nowhere to run and admitted facing the Myos would take time. Park Soo-ho assured him he'd return soon and continued on his mission. As he traversed the area, he dispatched more beasts and repeatedly questioned them about any sightings of Earthlings. Frustrated by their silence, one beast threw fire at him, but Park Soo-ho retaliated by hurling his sword, causing an explosion and commanding silence. Placing his foot on the subdued beast's face, Park Soo-ho demanded to know if they had seen a child and an old man. The beast claimed ignorance. Park Soo-ho then asked about Chief Myos' whereabouts, receiving another unhelpful response. Just then, Chief Myos arrived. Park Soo-ho turned to face him. Remarking on his timely arrival, Chief Myos moved to attack, demanding Park Soo-ho's identity. Park Soo-ho introduced himself, prompting Chief Myos to declare his intent to destroy him. Despite being thrown back by Chief Myos' attack, Park Soo-ho stood, laughing as he recognized the temple stone fragment's significance. The system window notified Park Suho that the temple stone fragment was an accessory created by a god. Park Suho thought about the status window's implications. Chief Myos continued to attack, driven by anger. Park Suho managed to parry Chief Myos' blows and asked if he had seen a winged beast from Earth. Noticing the stone around Chief Myos' neck, Park Suho questioned its origin. Chief Myos explained he obtained it from an Earthling, elaborating that the temple stone was a record of divine revelation. After decoding it, fragments were spread worldwide, allowing awakened individuals on Earth to check their stats through the status window. Park Suho realized that once out of the stone's range on Earth, the status window wouldn't function, even with dimensional energy. Checking his status window, Park Suho realized he had obtained a temple stone fragment, granting him access to his skills once more. With renewed abilities, he invoked Flame Fairy magic, causing Chief Myros to erupt into dust. What will happen next? Find out next time by staying tuned for our future recaps. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more great recaps.